All right, what's up, guys? I'm here with Sweater again, and well, this is a continuation to our last video, which occurred just before the beta started, and now this is after playing the first weekend. Um, yeah, let's just get right into it. Sweater, what is the first topic?
Starting off with gunplay.
Yeah, I've got some shit to say, but you should probably go first.
I like the gunplay overall. It's definitely not 2019 tier, but I don't think it's bad. It's definitely better than what Modern Warfare 2 had, and it's pretty similar to Modern Warfare 3's. And I didn't hate that game's gunplay either.
I would agree generally that I think it's most similar to MW3, but what is MW3's gunplay? Like at its core, right? It's toned down MW2 gunplay. And that's to me like that's not good enough. Like I don't want like toned down like dog shit. Like I want something that's like good at its core. And 2019's gunplay, even if you didn't like the game, I think even people who hated the game like realize like yeah, the gunplay is like super fucking good. Like that's what I wanted. So firstly I should say like all these other like YouTubers and content creators and streamers like these people they get invited to like these COD Next events and all this stuff and have like millions of subs. Like this maybe comes off as like salty because this channel is like so tiny, but like I actually don't care. Like that's whatever. It's just that like these people are both like so fundamentally dishonest and like stupid at the same time. These people were like hyping this game up like crazy, like, oh, it's just 2019 too. It's just 2019 too. And I'm like, okay, like that's cool. Like that's something to get interested and a little excited about. This game is not 2019 2. It's MW3 2. Okay. It's absolutely not 2019 2 in really any way. Um, we have like this big problem, and this is like the end of this little mini rant. We have this big problem with like COD content creators, where they basically it's essentially just access journalism. And I know Sweater, you've seen it. We talk about this. It's like these people will like lie and obfuscate and like glaze the shit out of the devs and not be like truly critical and like truly harsh where they need to be. Because like the second that they do, they no longer get access to these events and it hurts their channel and their bottom line. And that's really fucking sad. And like you could almost like accept some of that if they weren't so like fundamentally stupid, like on top of that. I don't know. What do you think about any of this?
Yeah, no, that's absolutely the case. I get they try to do or like make their living off of doing YouTube and whatever the fuck, but they're liars. They're not going to tell you the fucking truth about the state of the games. Like the gunplay is nice. It's nowhere near what 2019 has. The visual recoil from Modern Warfare 2 is definitely toned down a lot. I still think it's a bit too much. Um, it's okay. It's not fucking crazy. It's okay. The weapons feel okay. It's just I don't think they're gonna reach that peak of 2019 gunplay ever.
I'm gonna say something that I feel is true because I've played the game, and this is the hardest thing to ever describe about a game is like the way that it feels and the way that it controls. Oftentimes, you really just have to like feel it for yourself to truly understand. Maybe you'll agree with this. I don't know, but this game feel kind of like the, looser. Like the I don't know, like the gunplay felt looser in some way than like even MW3's like toned down gunplay.
Yeah, yeah. It was Modern Warfare 2 had that same issue. Like I don't know if loose is the word I would use. I would say it feels like the weapons feel more floaty, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, something like that. Something in that realm. Yeah, it's very strange. And like I didn't even like MW3 gunplay that much just cuz it was still like a step down from 2019. All it was a band-aid for MW2 mostly. And even then like they had to add like attachments on top of that like what were they like low pressure rounds or whatever that helped like reduce recoil and stuff like that.
Yeah,
This game by the way didn't have any of that, which is interesting. But I assumed attachments are on your list, and we'll get to those.
Yeah, yeah, they're on here.
Yeah, the gun. So I'll just say the gunplay was pretty underwhelming. I mean, if you thought MW3s was good, I think this is just a little bit worse. It's not astronomically worse. I also think, like last thing on this is like when we're talking about gunplay that feels like loose or what was the word that you used?
Floating.
Floaty. Part of that, here comes the PC cucks. Part of that was I think the aim assist was just all fucking out of whack. Like, I can play I can play with or without aim assist, but the thing is I can't play a game that's very inconsistent with its aim assist. Sometimes I'd feel like, wow, like this aim assist is really strong, and then the other times I'd feel like, did it even activate like at all? It led to a lot of inconsistent gunfights.
Yeah, yeah, I noticed that too. It was super annoying. Like, I've turned aim assist off every now and then just to kind of see, and it's in the same life. You're hammering somebody, the aim assist kicks in, and you feel it. You feel the pull, and then the next fight you get into, and it's not there at all. That inconsistency is just it doesn't feel good. You just pick one. Either lower the aim assist, just fine if we need to do that, or just unfuck whatever the problem is.
Yeah, I saw some people on Twitter saying that some of the settings may have been bugged and some weird movement settings affect some aim assist settings, some weird stuff like that. I don't really know. I didn't like test any of it, so I don't know for sure. But it definitely felt very off. But anyway, like
Some
what
of the aiming response was changed. Some of those options are removed. I don't remember what is missing exactly, but I know that some options are just not there. They like combined some of them together.
oh well that I definitely noticed because my wonderful precision setting was gone. Yeah, that shit felt nice. But I don't know. What else do you have? Like what's on your list next?
So, related to the gunplay, what did you think of the time to kill?
Um inconsistent? Like I mean, you would know. I mean, you complained about it more than I did. You were screaming about it. The whole beta was the ISO Nightshade being so much like more overpowered than everything else. And I had even today, I tried to use like every gun. I wasn't able to max every gun because I had to take breaks from this beta because it was so fatiguing to play. It really was, and I don't know if you have like matchmaking on your list. Maybe we'll get into it there because maybe
Yeah,
that's why. But even today, like I used like my one game with like the Nightshade, and it was the best game that I had gotten. I think I got like 58 kills or something like that. And yeah, the time to kill just felt like all over the fucking place. The gun balancing was like terrible. Um, I don't know if this is necessarily like a TTK issue or a balancing issue because like we both like hardcore and prefer faster TTKs generally. But ultimately, like if the game has hardcore, I don't really care what they do with core. Like if core is like some sort of long TTK, whatever, like I'm not playing it anyway. So like just make those cocks happy, like whatever. Um, yeah, but serious inconsistency between the weapons and the headshot multiplier felt like it was like they said what it was like 1.8 something like that.
1.5, 1.4, 1.5 is kind of the average of the stats that I've seen. Now, I didn't see every weapon in the game, so I don't know what that stat is across the board. But 1.4, 1.5 is generally.
Yeah, I don't believe it. Like I literally don't believe it. It felt like it was 5.5. Headshots were absolutely fucking insane. Oh, we should mention this while we're on weapon balancing because I almost forgot. Holy fucking shit! What is going on with the sniper rifles?
I'm certain there's no flinch.
I
I
don't
I
think that
don't
there's
think
flinch
there's a
either.
flinch.
I was getting quick scoped all beta, like crazy, and I would watch every kill cam because I'm like, there's just no way. Like, there's no way. Like, this is like some crazy like optic or phased like golden era trick shot or something. It's like you'd be slamming them and like just no flinch whatsoever, and like they had insane one shot kill potential. So you would just die to them every time.
There are flinch resistant attachments. The SB98 I think has a comb that does it. Uh, I'm gonna assume it's probably just bugs. I didn't see it on any of their blog posts or anything like that where they had bug reports mentioned. But it if that's the case, that's a huge problem for core in particular.
I can't imagine it's intentional. I mean, to not have flinch with sniper rifles is insane. That would be the most unhinged, like brain dead design choice I'd ever heard.
And for the time to kill being inconsistent, a big part of COD is the audio design, and every COD the hit marker sound is very distinct. And I've noticed getting into gunfights, I'll hear 1, 2, 3 hit markers, that distinct sound, and I'm still losing the gunfight. Right? Like generally, the M4 is a 4 hit kill. Um, I don't know if there's some sort of issues with servers, or what's going on with that. But that in particular, hearing those 1, 2, 3 hit markers, waiting for the fourth, and me losing the gunfight. I started, I shoot first, and then I die after it. That shit was pissing me off the most when it came to time to kill.
Oh, I mean, I had a game like where the whole match, I think I was bottom of the fucking board this match. Like, I would shoot somebody first, I hear the hit markers, bang, 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 and then like I would die like instantly. Like after I'd already started shooting them. It was just happening to me every fucking gunfight. Like I probably like would have got at least double the amount of kills that I got, had that not been the case. Very, very, very frustrating.
And then other times you'll hear those distinct hit marker sounds, and you just delete the other person. Like the time to kill works perfectly. I don't know what the imbalance is between that, or what the problem is.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's some desync going on, but I would wager it's probably just the poor balancing. It is really bad. And I it also comes down to the headshot multiplier. I don't think it's that low. Even if they say that it's that low, it doesn't feel like it. Like these are the most deadly headshots of any COD core I've ever played by far. I don't even think
Yeah,
Black Ops 3 high
just like
caliber comes
every gun
close.
has high caliber.
I don't even think BO3's high caliber comes close. I really don't.
I mean, even at the I think 25 is the damage of the M4. Even with a 1.5 multiplier, it's still 37.5 for that. I felt like I was being two tapped by that gun. So again, with the patch notes, it's been very inconsistent in the past. Those numbers could very well be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. That's all I got on this, unless you got something else to say about this before we move on to the next thing.
Just inconsistent. Um, Next up, I have the movement.
Yeah, okay, so the the movement, it's kind of like in between MW2 and 3. I think it feels really quick. Like it feels quick like MW3, but you can't like it's not as free as MW3, if that makes sense. Like I don't feel like I can just cancel out of like literally everything like MW3. So it's kind of like in a weird like in between. And I'm just very tired of COD like focusing on movement like over gunplay. And like you can tell that like the controversy around COD nowadays when it comes to this kind of stuff is like 90% movement and like 10% gunplay. And I'm like, aren't we playing a shooter? Like, shouldn't the gunplay be a little bit more important here? Like, shouldn't that be a little bit more emphasized? And if you need any more evidence that they're like completely emphasizing the movement over the gunplay, it did return is like Black Ops 3 free run essentially is in this fucking beta. Is there a shooting course in this beta? No. There's a movement course. Am I not playing a shooter anymore? Like I don't understand.
Yeah, yeah, that's been a huge problem. I guess even since like the jetpack era, before we even got to 2019, um, movement has been a huge focal point of the games. And some of the newer stuff they added, like the car mantle and sliding over the vehicle, like that shit feels really good. Um,
It Mansley feels
Other
less smooth
things
than it
though,
used to.
like the the slide canceling, it is more Modern Warfare 2. It does have a slight delay to it. It's not as much of a delay, but you can still feel it. The big thing was like spread out times. It was that is awful.
Well, that's a big thing, right? It's like this game is weird in the sense where it's like more or less like MW3 mobility as far as movement goes, and then like MW2 like mobility and weapon handling as far as the actual shooting goes. So you're like flooring it in this like, speedy movement, and then your sprint out time and your like ADS times are like fucking horrible. It doesn't feel good. They don't fit together. See, this is what I was
If the
saying
regular
before. It's
spread
like
out time,
this is what I was saying before though. It's like they have to focus on fundamentals. That is something so core to get right that they're just going to fall on their faces entirely by fucking that up. That is a crazy fuck up. And can it be tuned? 100,000%. Did they already kind of try? Because like they did have some like patch notes about like, removing like the ADS penalties from a lot of the optics and changing like a grip or two, whatever. It was kind of minor for the most part. But man, what a big fumble. You have to have the movement and the gunplay, work in tandem for like a more cohesive vision, and this one does not. It's like they did like whatever they wanted, their MW2 shit with like the gun movement, and then listen to the fan base about like the actual like player movement, and it just doesn't work.
yeah, like the current sprint out time, if that was the tech sprint out time, because tech sprint does have a larger delay, and they increased or sped up like the general sprint out time for your regular sprint, I would be okay with that. But coming out of tech sprint feels like shit because it's just you're hauling ass, and then it takes forever to bring the gun up. And in general, the regular sprint out time just it feels bad. There's a huge disconnect between the two.
Yeah, it absolutely doesn't work. And people are so like vocal about like we need fast movement, we need fast movement, we need fast movement, but look at the performance of the Black Ops 1 and 2 ports. They have very basic movement. They focus much more on gunplay and gun skill. I think they beat out Fortnite for a little while on PlayStation, which is kind of fucking crazy. Nothing really beats Fortnite. Like, why not go back to that? Like, what is the harm? Like, do we really need all these extra movement mechanics? Do we need sliding? I like supine. I want them to keep that. Just because like it solves the issue of prone blocking, which I think is very valuable.
Yeah.
Um, but like, do we need sliding and diving and like tack sprint necessarily? Like, I kind of don't think so.
No, I would like to see classic COD movement come back. I'm kind of over slide canceling, diving.
Bunny hopping too. Holy fuck, is the bunny hopping in this game bad?
So 2019 had an issue
It did.
at launch, and then they toned down the jumping, and it was still it wasn't as much of a problem. It was definitely more balanced. I'd say it was still a little overtuned. But this, it doesn't seem like there's a penalty at all, and especially with the way they changed the movement to be more fluid, you can very easily, jump, get a small, little. I guess just you're just taking steps in between and then jump again. It's very easy to like cut that and continue hopping very quickly so that you like ignore the penalty.
Yeah, I mean, think about like older COD. Like think about like original like MW2. Like if you were to like, when you jump and land, Like your reticle like basically goes like through the entire like vertical resolution of your screen. But like if you're
Yeah,
ADSing and jumping, even in 2019, which is way, 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 way toned down from where we're at now, even then, like it was pretty minimal. Like you could, if you were good, like you could really get away with it. I mean, even with like a semi-auto, not just saying like going around the corner, jumping and spraying, but like you could just aim with like a semi-auto and like account for it, and like you would mostly be successful. But now it's just like there's no reason not to do it because it's, you know, especially with this headshot multiplier, if you can jump and turn what would have been a headshot into like a center mass shot and then jump over them and hit them with a headshot with no penalty, like that instantly becomes meta. And it's like, what are we even doing? Like all this movement shit, these are the consequences, the direct consequences of the advanced movement era of Call of Duty games. They will like forever haunt us.
it's such a problem now.
It's the movement is so annoying. And again, the biggest problem is the the fast movement and the slow gun handling. They just don't fit. So you're either gonna have to tone down the movement, which is gonna make everyone fucking angry, or you have to like really, really buff like your sprint to fire and ADS speeds just by default. All right, that's all I got. What's the next one?
So next, I have the weapon levels and this kind of different, like Modern Warfare 2. It's not platforming based anymore, but the weapon skips in progression now.
Yeah, you
Do
ahead.
you like
You
that
start with
idea?
this. Oh, do I like that idea? I think it's better than MW2's, but I would really I'd really prefer like I don't want to say it on air, but like, you know, my own design documentation that I have for a as of now, you know, not being worked on project, I really prefer my system of attachment locks, which is more I'll just speak about it vaguely. It's more like linear, it's more individual, and then it has like, you know, branching like bonus paths, more or less. Um, but as far as like this goes, it's better than MW2's like platform thing, I guess, because like you could use like one gun and unlock everything for it, which is good because back in MW2 it was like, you know, oh, like I want to use the M4, but I don't get this optic unless I use the 458 SOCOM version, and that's annoying. Like I shouldn't be gated in that way. But they also like put themselves in that corner by adding 10 trillion attachments, which is not really necessary. So is this better? Yeah, it's better. Is it good? Eh, I don't know. It's maybe as good as it's gonna get if you're gonna have this many attachments and do it in this like strict linear fashion for literally everything instead of like being linear by category and then having like branches.
No, I don't know the weapon skipping portion of it. Just to kind of explain, when you use the M4, for example, you level it up to 66. I think is the max for that. Every attachment you unlock that is capable of being universal, like optics, for example, those will apply. You throw on the next assault rifle, you throw on the next submachine gun or whatever. If that attachment is in that weapon's progression, it will skip that level, and you'll gain 2, 3, 4, 5 levels in a match. So it cuts down on the grinding. The more weapons you have completed, the less time it will take to level up the following weapon. It seemed inconsistent though on when those weapon skips would apply. I don't know if that's just a beta thing, or I couldn't figure out what the issue was. Like I could check the progression, I could see the next 5 attachments are all green. They're telling me they're unlocked. The following ones afterwards are gray. I don't know if you have to finish the match and then it does the weapon levels. I don't know if you have to hit, you know, if you hit level 21, you have to hit, the next level to then get the weapon skip or the level skip. I couldn't figure that portion out. Or it's just broken and it was inconsistent.
I lean towards that, like the latter, because there were plenty of times where like at the end of the match you'd be like, "Oh, you've unlocked the such and such suppressor for the such and such gun," and like I'd go and look, and it'd be like, oh, it's still locked. Like I'm like one level behind that, and it's like, what is that? I would imagine that that's a bug, like because there's no way. Because it's telling me one thing and then telling me another thing. So like with that inconsistency, I don't think it's some sort of like design issue. I think it's a bug.
I do like what they did. Um, it's like a slow, like exponential weapon leveling. The longer you play the game, the more shit you unlock. I think it's good for the current system they have. However, I don't like the weapons going back to fucking six levels. The SP98 or the what was it, K67 or something like that, whatever the fuck they called it, the sniper rifle.
I
That
can't
one
keep up.
has 76 weapon levels, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's a little much. But the thing is, too, is like on the other hand, it's like yes, MW2 did this like platform gating shit, but also I thought like the camo grind and like the weapon levels because they were like between 10 and like 20. They went by like really fucking quick, and like you can get the gun gold or whatever like really quick, and it's almost like did I master this weapon? Because I feel like I use it for 10 minutes, and I don't really like that either.
No, I like progressing the weapon, changing out the attachments, finding what particular build you enjoy, what optic you would prefer on that weapon, because sometimes that changes per gun. Sometimes you like an optic way better on this one than that one. In Modern Warfare 2's case, 20 weapon levels was kind of the average. You would use it for an hour, 2 hours maybe, and then you were just done with it and moved on to the next one. You don't get to have a good feel for that gun in just a couple hours.
No,
You
and
don't really
you
know the
also don't.
weapon.
No, you don't, and you also don't get a good feel for the gun when you're jumping around trying to unlock all the attachments because the stupid platform gating shit. You don't really get to be
Yeah.
like intimate with them, which I think is lame.
Yeah, there were plenty of weapons I would use and then just max it out, be done with it, and just I would unlock other attachments for it, but I would never go back to that gun because that gun's done. It's done. I didn't like it. Whatever. I'm not using it again.
Do you have
Coming off
attachments
of,
on your list?
I do.
You want to do that
That's
next?
kind of the next thing to go into.
All right, you go ahead and start.
Um, what did you? Well, the attachments in general, like I think 99% of them, there may have been like one per category, didn't have a downside, and it was all ADS. Everything was an ADS penalty
Yeah, they love
or
doing
switch
that
fire
now.
penalty.
Yeah, they love doing that now. It's like the gunsmith has become so boring. Somehow they got the gunsmith the best the first time and fucked it up every time after that. It's like there are so many attachments where, especially, not only is like ADS like the main con, but there are plenty of them where the cons outweigh the pros, and it's like, why do I want to use this if it like on average makes my gun worse? Why would I do that? It's very silly. I don't understand that mentality at all. It's like, do you want to
No,
use this gun the whole time? And then like by the end, it's like, okay, like my gun is like totally like bare bones. There's like hardly anything on it because everything else just like destroys everything, like every stat that I have. And I think you do need some cons. I think that that's fine. Um, but like, man, like they should definitely be outweighed by the pros. Otherwise, like you ruin the purpose. They're also
most of
not
the
interesting.
attachments were kind of useless.
Other than the Apex attachments, there's also nothing particularly interesting. Like I remember with like my BO7 beta coverage, like there were like a lot of like unique attachments which were interesting. And so like I covered those like specifically. But other than the Apex attachments, there's not really anything here to talk about.
No, they were all the same flat across the board. Like even going back to 2019, 2019 had the different caliber conversions. It had different unique attachments like that to make the gun kind of work differently. MW3 had the aftermarket kits, which either completely changed the gun, or like it was enough to make it feel different. In the case of this, there's none of that outside of the Apex attachments. It's all just standard bare bones. Every weapon has the same set of attachments with the same downsides. It's not good.
I think there's like a design philosophy difference here, where in 2019 it felt like the guns came first, and like the gunsmith and the attachments they included in there were like built around the weapon. And now it's like the gunsmith comes first, and like they have their set attachments, and then they just make them apply to whatever guns they choose to be in the game. And that's a really good way to make your customization very, boring and like flat across the board, I think.
No, and that's how we get back into the MW3 had the same problem where either they add attachments or people search out for attachments that are objectively the best in class. It's just the same attachments, the same builds, the same problems.
Yeah, I mean, and like 2018, like you had like huge like diversity of gun build, and like there was so much in there. I say that like technically there's like way less attachments, but like as far as like viability goes, it was so much better, and so much of a wider pool of viability that like you would see like all types of crazy builds, and you could make pretty much anything to fit your play style. Like what they're doing now is not very like player first, which I think is a mistake for any video game, really.
No, I mean most of the attachments in 2019 did fuck aiming stability in particular. That was just what they chose to cuck.
Oh yeah, no, and
Um,
that pissed me off too because I love shooting people across the map. I love like a very stable gun, but at the same time, you know there were plenty of ways to increase the fuck out of your stability to where you could basically you could min max like so well in that game, just like so naturally. Like there were most guns in that game you could make just like not sway like at all with like 3 of your 5 attachments, and then have the freedom to do whatever fit for the other 2, and that was really nice. And that is definitely not the case now, and it hasn't been since.
no, if you wanted a very fast gun, you had your like recoil control downsides, your damage range downsides in 2019. You could build a fast gun. You could build a gun that was meant for stability. You could build a gun that was meant for range. In the newer ones, you don't have that. Everything has the same, cons, but none of the pros are worth using those attachments. So it's just people just use the same 2, 3
Not
attachments on their weapon.
not to mention, this is really important. In 2019, like your attachments would have like 1 to 2 pros or cons, and in this game, it's like 4 and 5. It's like, how do you even realistically, like, how do you even keep track of all this shit?
No,
It's it's
there's too
completely
much going on with the
it's
attachments.
completely disorderly. There's no way to make anything truly cohesive or with uh, any like defined style in mind. With attachments like this, there's just no way to do it. Everything is just all over the fucking place.
Now we do have, like you mentioned, we have the Apex attachments. They are unique to maxing out the weapon. Um, some of them, that we experienced, they were very like underwhelming. Some of them were cool. It was what they gave us in the beta to mess around with. None of it was crazy overtuned or broken, other than the Nightshade, the ISO Nightshade in particular, the tracker rounds. I'm sure you were shot by it. I'm sure you noticed it. You'll see like on your chest or under the bottom of your screen where you just have these flashing bright red lights.
Yeah, it felt like I was playing fucking laser tag, and like my vest and like my shoulder pieces are fucking screaming and blinking red all the time. That's what it felt like. It was very weird. Like it's nice to have feedback to know that you're like being tracked and hit by that, but it was definitely very distracting.
No, like we've had this in past CODs too. Like Modern Warfare 3 had the EMD grenade. You were hit by that. You were tagged on the radar, but you would hear a beeping. Hardcore, you didn't have the prompt to get rid of the tracker. Core, you did, but it was just a simple like beeping you could hear, so you interact, take the tracker off, and it's done. Even the snapshot grenades, they did change those for this one, but in the past, you get hit by one, you would be tracked through the walls for a bit, but it was only like a second and a half, 2 seconds maybe, of where you're glowing like that, and then it would stop. This, you get hit by these tracker rounds, and you're glowing for fucking ever.
Yeah, they did last an extremely long time. And I think that's part of what made it so annoying. Yeah, I don't know.
Other
There
ones,
is. Are you talking about like
did
other
you
Apex attachments?
use? Yeah, did you use the SP98 one? I know we got to use it in Kill Block, but did you use it?
I don't even remember using it in Kill Block. What was it?
It's drill charge rounds. So you hit, I think, right on the D-pad, left on the D-pad, and it loads a single round into the weapon. And when you fire it, it's a drill charge. But what's funny is if you hit a person with it, it would knock them on their asses from the new knockback effect, and then you'd hear the drill sound, and they would pop. And
That's,
it was
that's kind of
instant kill.
funny. It's kind of funny.
By far my favorite one.
Did it have like more drop or anything than the regular ones?
Not that I could notice. I mean, kill block sightlines are not crazy long, where like velocity for sniper rifles in particular came into effect.
Yeah.
Um, Man, it was funny.
It is funny, but it is also kind of silly.
Yeah, it's definitely out there. It's not crazy. I mean, there's other ones like the PPSH has a fucking flamethrower. Why the PPSH is in this game, I don't know. But giving it a flamethrower, are you out of your fucking mind?
Yeah, and some of them are more basic, like the M4 just turns into the AR-57, the P90 mag fed AR. I think
For
the
COD players, it's FSS Hurricane.
yeah, if you're a cuck and you don't know guns, it's the FSS Hurricane from MW2. And then there's the AK gets like a 545 conversion kit, which by the way, I got to use some of these things I got to use in campaign and some other guns that I'm so I guess we'll say just real quick. Um I played the campaign mission and Sweater didn't. So I got some things to share about that towards the end.
I mean, I'm excited to go over that. I'm definitely curious on the campaign.
You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be excited. But yeah, and I don't know, Apex attachments are kind of hit and miss. Like if they're more like a standard conversion kit, like the AR-57 or changing the AK from 7.62 by 39 to 5.45, like that's fine. I think that's kind of what it should be. But some of the things like laser guided missile and EMP shock launcher and fucking I don't know, that shit just comes off as or the drill charge rounds, like that shit comes off as kind of silly.
It is silly. The AK like shock EMP thing. If you hit a player with it, it did the shock charge effect and it would zap them.
I think I saw someone actually die to that because I think you can kill them with a direct impact.
Yeah, I think they have to be low though. I don't think it does like one shot potential.
Yeah, I don't know. I never got to use that, so I couldn't say. That's all I got on the attachments. You got anything else?
No, I mean they're fun, they're silly, but we haven't seen the crazy ones just yet outside of the Nightshade tracker rounds. Um, Next up, I have the perks.
I don't really have a problem with the perks, honestly. I think they're fine. I think the time to kill and like the inconsistency in the gun balancing is like so ridiculous that if you're not running quick fix, I don't know if that's what is it called quick fix in this game? I don't
It
know.
is quick fix, yeah.
Okay, if you're not running quick fix, like you're kind of fucked. Like you kind of have to run quick fix.
No, if you're not getting into the next gunfight at full health, there's not a whole lot of way to get out of it.
The other ones
You're going to lose it.
most of them are mostly standard. Like you have bomb squad, which is just like 2019 EOD or Flak Jacket or whatever you prefer, whatever game you prefer to reference. There's hardline, there's fast hands, and like all that stuff like works like as expected. Um, well, we can. There's two I definitely want to talk about. As far as the ones that we got to use, there's other ones that we got to see, like their descriptions, but not use. But as far as ones we got to use, I think Blood Rush is kind of interesting because it's basically 2019's Double Time, where you get more tack sprints and you crouch faster, like your crouch movement speed is faster. But this one also refills on kills, and it seems to give you like even more than double time. It's like a lot of attack sprint like at once. I thought Blood Rush was actually like super fucking good.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of that one.
It's good if you have like a rushing playstyle, like if you're like a submachine gun assault rifle guy, or sorry, submachine gun shotgun guy, and you like to flank and like get around the enemies and whatever. Blood Rush is a great perk to have. Uh, The other perk, though, and I want you to take this because you realized it before I did, is Ninja.
Yes, with Ninja, only your regular sprinting and your walking is silent. If you slide, it makes sound. If you're tack sprinting, it makes sound. If you're mantling, it makes sound. And your jump as well. All of it doesn't silence completely like Dead Silence has. Granted, Ninja has been inconsistent in games. Some of them will make you, or it'll work just like Dead Silence has, where you're completely silent. In other games, I don't remember off the top of my head, Ninja was, toned down like it is in this one, where your mantle wasn't silent. This was back before we had sliding and all the crazy shit we have now with movement.
My problem with this is that, like, very simply, this perk and the way that it works, like you said, it completely undermines the movement of this game. Like it forces you to like gimp your own gameplay for it to like be effective. And so I think that the people who really wanted Dead Silence to be a perk are going to be like really upset by this to the point where they're going to think that the game is like broken and that like, oh fuck, like how could he hear me? Like the footstep audio is broken. I just don't understand how they could put that in there and like completely undermine all of their movement mechanics other than the most basic walking and sprinting. I feel like that is like really short-sighted and stupid. Like if you're gonna add it as a perk, which they caved on, and you're gonna keep it in the same tier as Ghost, if you're gonna do that, like you should make it good. At least. I mean, there's if you don't, like, what's the point?
No, the perks should be powerful enough to whatever, if they are perk one, perk two, perk three, they need to be strong enough to kind of match the rest of them. In this case here, like Ghost is not while moving in this one. Um, and that is, that has always been very strong in COD games versus now, Ninja is the toned down one. So why would I pick Ninja if I can just stay off the radar completely?
Yeah, I mean, I just yeah, I don't get it. I mean, and even still, like, we were playing Search and the pace of the game is very, very MW3 like. So if you enjoyed I don't think anybody enjoyed an MW2 2022, but if you enjoyed like that slower, more like tactical, like one life gameplay of like MW2 or 2019, you're not gonna find it here. It is not here at all. It is the furthest from it, really.
Yeah, the slower gameplay, paying attention to the actions you're doing, um, and kind of like how much sound you're making if you're trying to sneak around or trying to flank and search, versus when Ninja is permanent or is a perk, it's everybody just sprints to the middle of the map. It's a giant clusterfuck in the middle. Um, it doesn't work, and like you said, it does undermine the core mechanics of the game. I don't mind it being a perk, um, but I don't like that it takes away from the core gameplay. If it was a perk as strong as can be, I don't like it being a perk, but and you could move, the way that you normally would. That's I don't like that type of style. But it makes sense to do it that way if you're going for faster pace. If you want to keep, pushing the movement as hard as you can, or as they've been. Um, there's just like it's kind of just like a mix of half Modern Warfare 2 where it has the slower gameplay and half of Modern Warfare 3 where it's the sped up gameplay. It's a very weird just mishmash of bullshit.
And it doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. You have to pick one. It's clear that the community wants them to do like something more akin to MW3. They want it to be faster and whatever, and it's like, okay, do that, but you have to you can't take a half measure on this. You have to like go full force into one or the other. Because
No, because
mix matching like this, it just doesn't work.
you're not going to make the people that like faster gameplay, you're not going to make them happy by slowing things down like the sprint to speed, or sprint to fire. um, you're not going to make them happy by fucking ninja the way you've done, and you're not going to make the slower paced players that like that sort of gameplay happy either, because you've toned up the movement, you've toned up these other things, so now you're just fucking everybody over.
Yeah, it's like it's the problem of appealing to nobody by trying to appeal to everybody. It feels very directionless and kind of sad. What about the perks that we didn't get to use? I don't even remember them that well.
The only one, I mean, we do have things that have returned, like Bird's Eye, stuff like that. Um, they've kind of consolidated the perks, especially with resupply. It's one we're not going to be able to get to use in the beta. It is outside of the weapon level 30 for weekend 2, or level 30 for weekend 2. That one is what? It's restock, it's shrapnel, and
Restock, shrapnel, other than the healing delay thing, and tune up in one.
yes.
But it doesn't tell us, like in 2019, restock would say, because they changed it multiple times from when it was like linked with Warzone, like Cold War Warzone, and they kept making adjustments in Cold War Warzone that affected 2019's multiplayer, which is really fucking annoying. Like, remember we had like ghosts while moving in 2019 for a while.
Oh, don't remind
Um,
me.
but like restock was like 20 and then 25 and then 30. So it doesn't give us like a time. So like I actually don't know how fast it is. Um, but if it's like 20 or 25, it's gonna be a pretty powerful perk actually. Although that being said, I don't know how much tune-up matters because so far, I don't know if you have this on your list or not, but all the field upgrades are kind of dog shit.
No, I didn't put on the list, but that is a topic we should definitely talk about. Some of the new ones they've added are cool, especially the smoke drone. I don't. I kind of like it. I kind of don't. I kind of prefer the Modern Warfare 3 one. Um, but yeah, they all suck. The Samter one that they added, it sucks. It looks cool. It sucks. Um, the Riot Shield, you can put it on your back if you swap weapons.
I found
I
out, by
don't
the way,
like
if
that.
you do that, you can't prone.
Really,
Yeah, you can't prone. You can only crouch. There's a little bit of a nerf to that.
I like that. It definitely should have nerfed turtling a long time ago.
Yeah, I love that it's called turtling. It's funny. Um, yeah, I mean, even like ones that return, like the DDoS is terrible. It seems like it has like,
Also
well,
ugly.
it is ugly. So is the stim and the claymore. Like a lot of them are just over designed and terrible looking, and I don't know why. Um, yeah, like the DDoS has like a third of the range that it used to have.
Also, no munitions box.
Yeah, that was weird to not have a munitions box because this is a game where I ran out of ammo all the time. I don't usually experience that unless I'm going on like some crazy streak, but I would run out of ammo constantly. And a big thing too is like, when you'd run over someone who had the same gun or a gun of the same caliber or whatever, in past games, like you would pick up all the ammo that player had dropped, so including like their reserve or whatever, And in this game, you're only picking up what's left in the bag, like, as they died, so you're just, like, running over guns, "Oh, here's 7 rounds, here's 15 rounds, here's 4 rounds," and it kinda sucks. I don't know why they chose to do that. 'Cause I think and I don't think anyone thinks of this, like, at all. Like, I don't know if literally any other person's thought of this, but, uh, when I'm when I'm choosing guns, in, like, 2019 and forward, one of my considerations, genuinely, is like, okay, how common is this caliber to find, um, as, like, a battlefield pickup? Whereas, like, how many other people are using, like, this weapon caliber? So how easy would it be for me to, like, kill somebody and, like, acquire their ammo in case, like, I run low? I don't think anyone actually thinks that way, to be honest with you. I don't think have you ever thought that ever?
No, only time I ever pay attention to that is if I was using, I think like the PKP overkill with
The
the
Dragunov?
Dragonov,
Yeah.
so I could have more ammo or the Dragonov.
Right, but you don't think about, like, oh, like, a big reason to use 5.56 is because this game has, like, 7 5.56 rifles, and so I'm very likely to, like, kill somebody and, like, be able to, like, resupply from them.
No, no, I've never once thought of that. That is some high end autism.
Okay, so clearly I'm just retarded, but, like, that was always a consideration for me, um, and, yeah, so now that doesn't really matter so much because it's like the, it's just, like, completely minimalized because it's like, well, does it really matter if I'm picking up, like, 7 rounds at a time? Like, it's not really worth it enough to be a factor in my decision making.
No, no, the ammo count, and it's what 3 mags I think, but you burn through it so
It
fast.
depends on your attachments too, because sometimes it's not. Like, I used one of the smaller mags, so the PPSH, and it gave me 1 in reserve. So sometimes you don't even get
Ooh,
2. Yeah.
why are they fucking the reserve?
I don't know. And the Infinity Ward games have always given you less ammo. Like, it's always been like 2 in reserve generally, for the Infinity Ward games and 3 for the Treyarch games. And I kind of get that only because the TTK in the Infinity Ward games is faster. So you probably don't need to generally burn through as much ammo. But I don't know. I don't know why they made that decision. That's very strange to me.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that at all.
No, it's very very annoying. But I think the next thing naturally to talk about, and I don't know if you have this on your list, is kill streaks.
Yes.
Jeez, let's let you start with this.
So over, I'd say over half are the returning kill streaks we've had since 2019 because they've just been doing the same ones in every game. Some of the unique ones though, like the crossfires, the new precision airstrike, or the bird. That thing is cool as fuck. It's underwhelming. It's not very good.
By the way, you're calling it
Um,
the Burt, which is like a stupid fucking name that we started calling it because we're retarded. But what he means by that is like the A10 Warthog strike.
yeah, I guess they did kind of reuse the precision airstrike name because that's different than what it was back then. Um, yeah, so like that one's cool. I love the animation for it. It's it does delay like the use of the streak or how long it takes, but it's not egregious like the Modern Warfare 3 AC 130 like opening scene is for it. That one takes forever to get through.
Which obviously started in MW2 because it's a carryover. But
Yes.
that shit does take forever. It looks super fucking cool. But leave that in campaign. It takes way too long for a multiplayer match. Like by the time like you actually get your hands on it, like someone's already like found your body and fucking killed you. But the kill streaks in this game, it's like you have only odd numbers. You have 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. I don't think we got to use anything higher than the attack helicopter, which is 9, right?
Is it like that because Hardline's the default perk?
Um, yeah, I
Is it
guess.
actually 4, 6, 8, 12?
Oh shit. Oh, that's so lame. Yeah, you might be right. Yeah, I think you're right. Cringe. That hurts. Yeah, the kill streaks in this game are very underwhelming. I think the crossfire, which is the one that you mentioned, the like A10 strafe run streak is kind of cool. The problem is that like it doesn't do a whole lot of damage, and like the gun itself is very inaccurate. Like you kind of have to pick one because if it's both, it just kind of sucks. It is cool though, and but there's problems with it. Like one of them being that some of these maps are just straight up like obscured by buildings at any of the angles that they can come in at. And so like you can't really shoot anybody, which is really annoying. And then the other thing is so like one A10 will come in and then the second one will come in, you'll switch to that one. It like freezes like for a second. It's not like a very smooth transition. And like when you're done with it, like you kind of get back into the action like so fast that like there's really no delay on it. So I'll end up firing like a third of my mag or whatever, like immediately. Like, did that happen to you?
It did it first. Once I noticed that was a problem, I was hitting the trigger as soon as I was fucking in the thing.
Well, I mean, like coming out of it. Like you come out of it, like you drop the tablet, and then like you're back to like being on foot, and then like immediately like you're shooting. Like there's no delay really
Oh, oh,
between like
oh,
it
yes,
ending and you going
yes,
back to being on foot because like you'll
yeah.
fire like your gun.
Anytime I came out of it, I would shoot, two, three, 4 rounds before I realized what the fuck. And it was annoying, and especially with the ammo count already being low, it was just it's annoying enough to be a problem.
We also have. So I just want to talk about some of the ones we got to use. Like we got the fuck, what is it called? The drill cruise missile thing.
I just could probably get a drill missile because I couldn't remember the name.
Whatever, who cares? The the drill missile thing. It's kind of cool because it's like the I guess it's a 4 without hardline. It's a 4 streak. The problem
Yes.
with it is the way that you call it in is you call it in with like a laser pointer. And so like oftentimes like it'll like just drill through like the edge of a building. But something like that, like you want it to drill and explode through the center. And so I think it'd be better to call that in with like the tablet or laptop or whatever instead. Um or like you could do it to where it's like okay, like you're lasing like not an exact spot, but you're lasing like an individual like building, and it's smart enough to know like okay, this is the building that he's like lasering, and so like it's gonna drop through the center. But it doesn't do either of those, so it's not as effective as it should be.
No, and there's a problem. I noticed on Silkworm, the convenience store that's in the like corner of the map, near B flag. I marked the top of it, and it hit like some random fucking hut that's just up there, and did not travel through the building.
That's fucking annoying.
It blew up at the top floor, or not even the top floor. It blew up in the little hut.
Yeah, that's
It's just a waste.
that makes a very cool kill streak like underwhelming. Like they really fucked the execution up pretty bad. There's also the Wheelson, which is only AI controlled now, and it is so unbelievably bad. You would be blessed to get 2 kills with this 7 kill streak. Blessed. It just like runs around the map like autonomously and then kills nobody and like doesn't shoot at anything. It's like so bad. I don't know if it's just I'd imagine it's just broken. But it's like you guys are including like what, like 7 kill streaks? 6 maybe in this entire beta, and like they're dog shit and don't work right? What have you guys been doing these 3 years?
I think it's 9 total for the streaks. Yeah. The Wally sucks. I assume it's just broken. You're lucky to get 1 or 2 kills. The attack helicopter is the same way. Um,
It was. With the which with the patch notes, I guess with today, the attack helicopter is actually much better.
really,
The attack helicopter used to shoot at you and do like 0 damage, and then also, funny enough, like it used to take a trillion shots to kill. They reduced its health by 45%, which is a crazy amount.
huge.
Um, yeah, but and now like it actually does damage when it shoots you, so it actually doesn't suck right now.
I was wondering about that. If they made the damage low and gave it a fuck ton of health to kind of see how that worked out versus making it do a lot of damage but easier to kill.
And that's a much easier fix because all you're doing is like, changing some numbers around. But like I think that the Wilson's AI is like legitimately broken. That's going to be a tougher fix.
Yeah, yeah.
And then what do we
And it
have?
being
Go ahead.
AI only sucks.
Not being able to control it is very weird. I would like the option to have it be AI, but I'd like the option to control it as well. Even though the Wilson in the 2019 beta was the fucking best shit ever, and like we'll never get that back.
No, never.
We also had what I think it was like the glide bomb or something, which is basically just like a
Little
manually
blink thing.
controlled. It's like a manually controlled hunter killer, more or less. It's not particularly good, but it would be kind of funny to chase someone around and search with that, though.
It controls very odd.
Yeah, it's kind of slippery, maybe. I don't know. It is weird. Um, what am I? I'm missing the thing that like gets dropped out of a C-130 out of a parachute.
The missile salvo, which I fully believe is not worth the amount of kills that it takes to get it.
No, it's like it fires like 3 missiles total. 2 of them supposedly lock on to enemies, but it doesn't seem like it really works. And then the third one is like manually guided.
It's cool. I like the streak, but it's not worth. I think that one's. I think that one's 6 kills without hardline.
If you made that, oh well, fuck. Well, a big problem is that like they have like these gaps. Like, why is it like 4, 6, 8, 10, 12? Like, why can't I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? That's
We've
something.
had it. We've had that before.
But even then, like in modern day, that's something that Treyarch does better with their score streaks. Is like you can basically combo anything with anything because it's like, well, like these ones are pretty close, but this one's like 425, and this one's like 450, and this one's like 750, and this one's 800, and you can make more interesting combinations. And this game, for whatever reason, the Infinity Ward CODs now just don't let you do that. And I think that's really fucking lame. But even then, by like their own standard, like 2019 and MW2 didn't really have this problem. And maybe that's just the beta. Like maybe there's more that they're not showing and they have more in store. And maybe like they're looking like to these for balancing before they decide like their final placements. It's very possible. But right now, like that's very annoying and underwhelming to say the least. We
Yeah, I don't care for the streaks at the moment.
we should also talk about the weird point streak score streak hybrid thing too. I should probably just let you handle that one. It's very annoying to me.
It's it's essentially point streaks from the original Modern Warfare 3. Uh, but objectives are half points instead of full points.
Like kills are 1 point, objectives are half points, but you do get other like minimal score. I think for like UAV assists and for like collecting tags and kill confirmed, where you get like a quarter of a point. So like at this, if you're gonna like divide this into like multiple fractions, at this rate, they're kind of just score streaks.
Yeah, it's score streaks with extra steps
It
for
is.
some reason.
Yeah, it's like score streaks like needlessly rounded up into holes. I don't really know why. It doesn't seem to add any legitimate benefit. I mean, I'll take score streaks or point streaks over just straight up kill streaks because I think that those systems are superior, specifically because like they reward like objective and team play, which I think is good. But yeah, I can't see the efficacy of this particular system over like just standard point streaks or standard score streaks. It just seems like an overcomplication for like no actual benefit.
No, it's just another half-assed, COD idea. Just pick one. Either go score streaks, give us that variation with the points, so you can have ones that are closer in tier, or hard commit to point streaks. Something. Don't do this half-step bullshit with everything in the game.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they're doing, man. Like they pay me like 200 grand. I will fix your fucking game for like the measly amount of like 200 grand salary. I swear I will I will fix this fucking franchise. It's not that crazy. It's not that fucking crazy. You guys have the like largest player base outside of Fortnite. It's not that fucking crazy. The fixes are so simple. You have to just they have like no discernment. They have no idea what to fix. It feels like they're just fumbling. And it's like the new studio head is who? Marcus Grigsby, right?
I think so.
I like him. You know, obviously he's also the inspiration for Griggs from COD 4 in 2019. And but he was what? He's like an animator, right?
Yeah,
I'm just gonna like I'm not shitting on him in particular, but like I just have to be honest. Who the fuck thought it was a good idea to put an animator in charge of the studio? I'm sorry. Like this is a designer job. 100%. Design, maybe this is my bias, but I think that this is kind of true, like across the board. Design needs to be leadership. You can't pick an animator. Like, they know what the fuck they're doing with all this shit, man. Like, yeah, he's been there for a long time, and like I have respect for him, and he's done great work. And like the animations that he's made, I mean, even if you think about just like 2018 as a whole, you know, like you would think that these animations, like these first person ones, are like mocapped, but they're not. They're hand keyframed animations. But he does an outstanding job. But you know what? Continue doing that outstanding job. We should not have an animator in leadership. It's this is such a mess. It is so sad. And there's so much riding on this game for the franchise. And it's very obvious it's gonna disappoint. Like you can already see like the in the Steam charts, in the first day, the beta lost 50% of its player base. And this is the early access beta. These are people who literally paid to be here by pre-ordering the game in some form. This is crazy. That is a like monumental disaster. You need someone to get the fucking reins on this thing, or we're gonna have our, based Indian queen Asha Sharma go in there and crack some fucking skulls. This is crazy. I don't get the thought behind any of this. Like, I'm not even like, we're at this point now, I'm dead serious. Like, you just need to pluck some random lifelong COD fan off the street and throw him in there. Be like, "All right, what do we do?" And I guarantee whatever he says is gonna be better than what they've been doing. That's how bad it is. I would throw
that's my point.
I would throw your stupid
Sorry,
ass
go ahead.
I would throw your stupid ass in there in that boardroom right now. I guarantee you would fucking kill it compared to these dipshits. Guarantee it. I don't know. What's next? Maps, maybe?
Yeah, that is the next topic. But side point here: did you see the little shit pistol, the animation for it, the inspection for when it's empty?
The zip gun?
No, no, little the fucking the pistol that we have that has the tack knife apex attachment. I can't think of the fucking name of it.
Hold on, real quick, before we get into that. We're not gonna talk about the equipment, like the flashbangs and like whatever. Like I'll talk about those like in my like full review. I'll try to go over them. But just real quick, shout out to the zip gun. That shit is cool as fuck, and I'm actually a big fan. And you got no kills with it because you're dog shit. But
I
everyone
did get one. I did
you
get
got
one.
one. Every single person I pointed that at just got deleted. That shit is fucking awesome. I actually love the zip gun. And if I were to actually get this game, which so far I'm not going to, that could change. That could change. But so far I'm not convinced to buy it. Um, but if I did and we were playing a hardcore search, I would absolutely try to be a piece of shit and fucking kill someone across the map with that. It's just too funny. All right, I'm sorry. Anyway, the shit pistol. I think it's the HK-45 tactical. I'm pretty sure. I don't know what their gay like in-universe name is for it because like COD is made by cucks now. But yeah, man, that gun feels like shit. Horrible, horrible feeling handgun. But you mentioned an inspection. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, so the weapon inspect for that weapon in particular, when you're empty. because they do have like empty animations and I guess full animations. The one for that one is pretty cool. You pull the pin out, you pull the slide off, you kind of check inside the weapon, and then you reassemble it.
I mean, that shit is cool, but hey, let's make the game not suck first. Like your your style and your flair is that yeah, that shit's cool and it's important and all, and I support that. But if you're focusing on that and not your fundamentals, all that work is going to go to waste because everyone's going to think your game sucks. Gameplay comes first every time. It needs to. But I mean,
Um,
it's fine, I guess. I don't really want to be sprinting around the map with a disassembled handgun, but sure, why not?
it looks super nice. If I find it, I'll send it to you later.
I really liked the empty animations from MW2, where like you would like check the mag, see that there's nothing left, and then like you're basically just constantly like racking the bolt back and forth, just like making sure it's clear. I think that's cool. I like that. I
Yeah,
know
those little
like
details are awesome.
Cold War doesn't have these, by the way, which is very funny. Like, because Treyarch doesn't know anything about guns, like at all. And like, even if you play Cold War and like you have like even in like 2019, obviously, like the game right before it, like you could see if like okay, I have one round left, you know, and like you'll see like okay, the mag's empty and there's like one in the chamber, and then when you're empty, like you know, it'll show empty for both. But in the Treyarch games, like it'll always show like a round in the chamber, which I think is like super funny, even if you have nothing. They're very very inconsistent. Oh, we should also mention two things about the gunplay that I completely forgot about. Is this game kind of does one in the chamber functionality, kind of, but it's like in a lazy, half-assed way, unfortunately. So like you'll spawn with say like your standard like 30 round capacity M4. Like you'll spawn with your 30 rounds in your bag and your two in reserve that you like total up to 60. Um, Battlefield, which has had like one in the chamber functionality for a very long time, will like spawn you with say 31 and like 62. So you get like those two mags and then you can like top them off like also, which is like kind of funny. It's like you just like running around with like two like loose like rounds in your pocket or something to top that off with. But the thing is like this game will spawn you with 30 even if you can get 31. It doesn't like let you like reload from 30 to top it off to 31. You would have to fire a shot off and then it would add the additional 2 to make it 31, which is fucking stupid. Like what I think it should do is it should let you top it off at any point, and it should spawn you with 31 and then just give you 60 in reserve. I think that that's much better. So that's something I wanted to talk about. And another thing that I've been asking for forever is now you're allowed to hold breath with any weapon in the game. It doesn't just have to be like a sniper or something with a scope, which is really nice. Because I mean, like when you're actually shooting, like breathing techniques are like really important. Um, so I think it's cool to have that reflected in the game that you can just like eliminate all your sway like that.
Yeah, that shit's awesome.
So that's one really good thing and one kind of half-assed thing that I hope that they fix. And it would be an easy fix too. But I'm sorry, where were we at?
I believe our next topic is the new modes that they've added.
Which is what? I mean, Kill Block is not necessarily a new mode, so maybe it's more of a map thing. Because like the mode itself is just gunfight. Um,
That's it. We were going to go to the maps, and then I was going to go to the modes. I knew I was forgetting something because we were going to go into the maps next.
all right, well, fine.
Uh,
Let's do maps then. So let's start with Kill Block because we're already there. I think Kill Block is cool, but it's underwhelming as far as like a first hands-on presentation goes because it kind of just looks like nothing special in a lot of ways because like it's mixing and matching maps that we don't know. If it was something where like okay, they have like a bunch of COD 4 maps like stripped into sections or MW2 maps or both like all maps that we're like all familiar with and like then you could like it would really help sell the effect of like the mixing and matching and the segmentation if it was all like stuff we were familiar with, but when they're mostly like brand new maps that we've never even seen or experienced before, I feel like the effect kind of falls flat, at least for like a first impression.
Yeah, yeah. There was quite a few areas, especially like the trench one that would come up in like mid map. It's confusing to navigate. It's not something that we've played before or anything like that. I like the idea. I think we're limited on the amount of combinations we can have in the beta because there's supposed to be, I think, over 1,000. Um, I like it. I don't know if we're going to get regular like TDM search that sort of thing on those modes or are in kill block. Because right now it's just 10v10 gunfight.
And well, they also added 3v3 gunfight today.
I did see that.
But I would love regular modes on it. I think Kill Block is a super cool idea. I actually love the idea. I would love to see like one life modes on that. Like, let's say just, dream setting, like Kill Block, like hardcore cyber. That shit would probably fucking slap. I'd probably be very into that.
Yeah, that would be fucking awesome. I hope we're gonna get those kind of modes on there. I mean, I'm sure it's just gonna be like PDM, hardpoint, Dom. If we do get the standard 66 modes, I
Maybe,
doubt we're gonna get search.
well, maybe Kill Block will be like a map you can vote for.
Mm,
So maybe it'll just
I
be
think
in the
it's. I think.
rotation.
I don't think that's the case for that.
There's no reason that they couldn't do that.
No, and I would love them to do that, but I'm pretty sure they're keeping it as a specific game mode.
Also, I guess like, when we're talking about game modes, we're mainly going to talk about the new ones. So I'll just like include this here. What I didn't like about playing Gunfight on Kill Block is that the map reconfigured every single round. Oh no, sorry, it configured every
Me
two
too.
rounds. But the problem was the sides also switched. I guess every two rounds. So in a way, it felt kind of asymmetric. It's like sometimes I feel like I got the better side of the map than the other team did. And it's like if you wanted it to be fair, like it should switch every round if you're going to have the map reconfigure every two.
Yeah, yeah, I completely agree on that.
And also the flag capture seemed to spawn in very strange places, and it was also very asymmetrical. Like sometimes it would spawn like closer to my spawn or the other one, and not necessarily in like a more central location, which I think is kind of game breaking in a way. It basically like
Yeah,
takes what should be a pretty symmetric mode and kind of artificially puts one team on offense and one team on defense.
which is very annoying. Keep it that sort of mode equal. Don't give another team or give the other team an advantage or give my team an advantage on that.
Yeah, as far as the other maps, what was it? Transit? There's like numbers too. I don't remember.
213, I think. Transit 213.
Transit is. They said it's the new shipment. Transit is horrible. Did you think Transit sucked? I hated it.
I think Transit's the best one.
No way.
That's how much.
Really?
That's how much I dislike the other maps.
No way. Transit is terrible. I couldn't stand Transit. It felt like if I wanted to really get anywhere, I was either like completely funneled into these like various corners and like pathways like around the outside of the map, which is a thing in shipment. But also in shipment, like you can really change up your direction by like going through the middle and like cutting like any particular way because it's like four directional. But here it's like it just felt like a no man's land in the middle with the buses. I heard there's only like two COD YouTubers I actually like. One of them being T Dog Smitty, and the other one being Blame Truth. And I watched a Blame Truth video earlier today, and he called it Piccadilly Junior, which I thought was so thought it was so funny. It is, and I actually agree. It really is Piccadilly Junior. I fucking hated it. Um, you must have hated the other maps like a lot to think Transit was the best, but you also didn't play the new one that came out today.
No, no, I have not played that one.
And also, when I say today, like for reference, like we're recording this like Sunday night, like after playing uh like the last night of the early access beta. Like you guys won't see this until Monday, which is tomorrow for me. But yeah, I don't know. Like I thought Transit sucked, didn't flow well. But also, Rooftops wasn't particularly good. I thought it'd be better for Search, but I didn't really love it in Search either. I did think it was better in Search, but not great. And then Silkworm I thought was the best map, but the side with like the convenience store, like even like on Search, was kind of a clusterfuck. And even then, like the other side, there's like that like half wall like head glitch that's kind of fucking annoying. But
Yes,
you have a lot more freedom of movement in Silkworm. And then there's what is it? Is it like Cache or something like that? What is the other one?
shit.
Gachette. Gachette sucks fucking cock. That map is dog shit. I think that's the worst map in the beta. It's worse than Piccadilly Jr., okay? Uh and then there's I don't remember the name. I'm so bad with names. Do you know the new one that came out today? You didn't get to play it.
It's like Vertigo or something along those lines. I don't think it's Vertigo specifically. It starts with a V.
We're clearly giving very high tier coverage when we remember the names of all the maps. Well, whatever map came out today, it feels like I believe no, I don't know. MW3 2023. The name of the map might be Bait, I think. But it feels like a combination of that. It's the one with like you're like on the seaside and there's like a little like marina at like the lower end. And then
Yeah, I think Bait is the right name for that.
all right, so it's like a combo of that and Black Ops 1 Havana. I thought it was okay. I don't think it was great, but I thought it was okay. I didn't get to play Search on that one though. So I can't say how it played on that mode. It was all right. There's not like a lot of I'm not going to have a lot of that's the one I definitely played the least because it only came out today, but I'm not going to have a lot of high level shit to say about it. I feel like I didn't get quite enough experience with it. Maybe I'm only thinking it's okay because I didn't play it enough to hate it yet. Who knows? But the other ones are, mid at somewhere between like mid and dog shit.
Yeah, I mean, generally, I agree. When we first saw the map layouts before the beta even started, like they looked nice. They looked like they were going to play well. Rooftops just sucks. I don't think it plays well in any mode. There's a lot of open space other than like the center clusterfuck middle. Um, Silkworm, I like the size of the map, but it's either people are, like in Dawn, people are fighting just over that middle area and the convenience store side. People weren't really going to the alleyway in that mode. Search, same thing. People were just challenging each other on that same side. People stayed away from the alley for the most part. Outside of assholes that were going and standing on the wall or head glitching on the dumpster next to the wall. Uh, Cachette just feels like a Treyarch map, and I'm not a fan of their map design. And
It
then
feels like I can't think of the name to save my fucking life. There's a particular Black Ops 3 map it really reminds me of.
it reminds me of like a weird retard mix of Hacienda and kind of Standoff.
Honestly, I think the best maps in modern COD, like since, in like the Warzone era, like 2019 and beyond, I gotta say it's probably MW3.
Yeah, I didn't like the Modern Warfare 2 maps. I did not care for
You
those
didn't like
ones.
the one fucking like highway map with like everywhere you went, a car would just blow up and you'd die. You weren't a fan of that one?
Oh my god. Border something?
Border cross,
Yeah.
well, yeah,
Fuck
border
that map.
crossing. I remember even when you were coping for that game, like pretending it didn't suck fucking balls, like you were still raging at that fucking map. Even at your
Hated
highest
that map.
point of cope, you were still like, oh, you were like, fuck, fucking car. This shit was great. Can we get face off back? Like this is kind of off topic. Can we get face off and face off maps back? Like 2v2 and 3v3. Can we get that one map from original MW3 back where it's like the fob or whatever, and there's like the bouncing betties like on the outskirts?
Ambush.
Was that called? That was not called ambush.
Pretty sure that was Ambush.
So they reused that fucking name, like the COD 4 map.
I am certain that face-off map was called Ambush.
I think you're so wrong on that. I think you're so fucking wrong on that. Face Off needs to return. Face Off was way too fun. Like Gunfight is cool, and I like Gunfight, but like I want to be able to use like my shit, and like Face Off gives me like that, similar like intimate engagements and such, but I can actually like use whatever I want.
It's so many good maps for that mode too for face-off. Getaway comes to mind. I loved Getaway.
Yeah, Getaway was amazing. Getaway was amazing. I really liked the ground. Black Box was incredible. The original MW3 had so many maps and so many good. It had so many good maps. It's easy to forget them, which is crazy. That might be. Oh man, like that shit was peak. It really was. We would get like maps every single month. That was when they first like went to like the season pass model, and it was actually like worth it.
Yes.
Can we take me back to 2011, please? I'll do anything. Take me back to 2011. Put that fucking CM901 in my fucking hands right now. Take me back. Let me cue into hardcore. No, not even. We didn't play hardcore back then, or at least on that game. Take me back to some search on some fucking Piazza, please. I'm begging you. It shit went so hard.
Liberation was another good one.
Liberation, yeah. We I wish you knew that you were in the golden age like while you were actually in it. That's so depressing to think about. Like I wish I could just like come on here after playing a beta and just glaze it and be like, it's fucking amazing. Like we have to get it. I'm so hyped. And I'm just like, yeah, like they're just inept and like retarded and like this is dog shit. Like I hate having to be like so overwhelmingly negative about like a hobby that I love so much and so much to where like I made it like my career. It's very fucking depressing. But like they're just in such a bad state. It's so sad. I don't really have a lot more else to say on the maps. I mean, mid to dog shit, except for Kill Block, which is a really cool idea. But I think that they really fucked up their first impression.
I I'm a little harder on it. I don't think I think mid is being nice.
Yeah, but yeah, I think mid. Like for me, like Silkworm is like mid, but for you, like you hate Silkworm.
Yeah, I don't like Silkworm. I don't like any of them. Really. Like I genuinely just I don't care for the maps. And if this is the selection they're giving us for like first impressions, it doesn't bode well for the rest of the game, the other like 20 maps or so.
I mean, we're at the point where like the original MW2 would bring back like COD 4 maps and like stuff like that, like from one game prior. Like, is it too much to ask for to get like some Hackney Yard or something like in this? And something else too is like if you, well, this is something that you would think if your core mindset was on nailing the fundamentals, which you would do if you had any interest in making a game that wasn't complete ass. But you should kind of have like a little bit of a control there by like having maps people are already familiar with and already like, so that they can focus on like more productive feedback for like more targeted feedback for things like the movement and gunplay and kill streaks and stuff. So like why not give us like maps from 1-2 games ago that people actually liked? Like give us some MW3 maps. Give us some good 2019 maps like Hackney. Like why not? Give us fucking
Just like
Terminal.
Paris,
Give us
please.
Terminal. You know what? I want Terminal in every single fucking Modern Warfare game. I don't give a fuck. I'll go further. I want it in every single Infinity Ward game ever. I don't give a fuck if they go back to like World War II. I'm getting Terminal. It needs to be there. It's the best COD map of all time. I don't I don't care. But like they have High Rise, I'm pretty sure, because High Rise is in obviously it's in MW3, but it's in kill block. They have that. You have Crash. Can you give us some of those? It really helps.
I don't think that's what they're gonna do.
It helps separate the. Well, if they're not going to build the full map, then they're just wasting their fucking resources, and that's a really indefensible position. Let's get give me another topic. I'm gonna fucking scream. Like the maps are fucking bullshit. Give me terminal, give me
uh,
vacant, give me Hackney, give me scrapyard. Fuck off with these new maps. Like, give them to me, like feed them to me slowly. Give me like, okay, here's one new map we think you're gonna like, and then like I can have that criticism separately. I don't have to like take in all this total dog ass at the same fucking time. It's so annoying. Sprinkle the shit on top of the good, but there's like no good basis to sprinkle the shit on. It's just a giant shit sundae. Like fuck. Shit.
so we will have new modes next weekend for weekend 2. The other mode they added yesterday on Saturday was inflation. I don't know how much you played that or got to play it.
Yes, it's fucking
I think it's
boring.
ass.
It's boring. Who gives a shit? It's fucking boring. You know, you could have reworked this mode and you probably could have made it like a cool, like free for all mode, maybe. But it's like a dog shit version of like Plunder mixed with Team Defender. It sucks. It sucks. Is this where we're at? These are the new modes. This is all they can come up with. 2,000 fucking people over a period of 4 years, and this is what they can come up with. These lazy fucks. I'm trying so hard not to say some words that I'd have to fucking cut out because I don't want to give myself more editing work. I can sit down in front of a blank fucking Google Drive document and I can come up with 10 better modes in a night. This is inexcusable. This is your new mode I'm supposed to be hyped for that was so fucking cool and interesting and innovative that had to be in your fucking beta. It's ass. It's boring. It sucks. There's nothing to it. No one's even playing an objective. Everyone's just playing it like fucking team deathmatch with markers for the people who have the most kills. It's fucking lame. It sucks. For God's sake, like put some fucking effort into it. Get these goddamn Indians the fuck away from this studio. Like, what are we doing? What are we fucking doing? I'm about to spurg out. Shit.
Even something as simple as just making it to where you collect your cash and you have to go deposit at a point, kind of like grind was. Like a simple change like that would make the mode better. Um, yeah, the way it is, inflation is dog shit.
Also, would it
It's
kill them to
ass.
make
It's not
some
fun to
fucking
play.
party modes? Like, do you remember when games were supposed to be fucking fun? It also, like, can these people actually be fans of video games in general? Like, I don't even give a fuck if you, like, go play a shooter from, like, 2003 and find, like, a cool, unique mode and steal it for all I fucking care. I don't even care. Just, for God's sake, this is so low tier. It's so bad. Who do I, like, whose fucking balls do I have to fondle to get them to get their shit together? Like, genuinely. Like, who do I have to bend sweater over in front of in order in order to get a fucking game that doesn't suck? For fuck's sake, this is ridiculous.
Well, even like TDM, I
They
hate
couldn't even
TDM. It sucks.
no. They couldn't even make kill confirmed properly because we both noticed this. Like, it won't even always properly register when you run over the fucking tags to pick them up. That's like the easiest shit ever. That's something I could do like day 2 of fucking college, like first time using Unity. It's the easiest fucking shit ever. And they've had this particular mode. Not that this is even an excuse, but they've had this particular mode since 2011. How do you possibly fuck that up? How? Like, it needs to be studied. It needs to be studied. There needs to be like loads of documentaries on this. How do we fuck just say something before I fucking scream. Just say something before I scream.
Well, like again, even TDM, it's back to 75 and not 100.
Yeah, how
They're
many
killing
times do
it.
we have to bitch about that? Like, we bitch about this like every year and then they change it and then they just revert it every year. It's like, why? Just keep it 100. It's not that crazy. Even in like OG CODs, like most matches would finish with like 3 of the 10 minutes left and you'd hit the score limit. Just give me 100. What the fuck? Why not?
Yeah, I don't know why they take such a hard stance in 75 still. Every year they change it.
I wouldn't even care if they did it to be like, okay, here's fucking 10 minutes and no kill limit. Just whatever team has the most kills after 10 minutes. Like, I wouldn't even care. But 75 is, it's archaic. Can we not? It's, oh,
You're gonna like this next topic.
oh,
It's
great.
the skill-based matchmaking.
Oh, fun. Yeah. You know, if this game needed any help being more fatiguing and unfun to play, it was the very, very strict skill-based matchmaking. Every match was miserable. This was, and maybe I'm just coping and seething and it's a skill issue, whatever. I don't know. But this is by far my worst performance in any COD or any COD beta ever. Skill-based matchmaking feels like it's dialed up to fucking 2000 out of 10. I don't know what it is, and they even have this supposed open matchmaking playlist. They are so full of fucking shit. It felt no different. This is a fucking psyop. I'm guaranteed. Like I'm guaranteeing it right now. There's no way they're gonna. They have this like fake fucking open playlist, and they're gonna be like, see, like it feels the same. Like this is just as good. No, it's not just as good. You're fucking lying to us. This isn't the first time COD, and this goes for every studio. This isn't the first time you fuckers have lied about something. I'm not buying it for a second. No shot that was open matchmaking. It felt no different. Tell me right now it felt different. I dare you to tell me.
No. We even kept swapping between the modes just to kind of see like, was there a difference? Do these games feel different,
Do you know
or
what game?
did the
Do
game modes feel different?
you know what game beta actually had open matchmaking? Black Ops 7. When we played that beta, it was night and day different. Night and day different. And you know what? You know what's so sad? Because I hate the Black Ops games generally, at least like the newer ones. The Black Ops 7 beta was actually fun. I actually enjoyed it. And the only reason I didn't buy the game is because I knew they were going to rug pull us. And they did. Ah, but the BO7 beta was fun. This one I had to like keep taking breaks from because I wanted to put my fucking pistol in my mouth. It was dog shit. It was so fatiguing to play. I'm not even kidding. Last night I sat there and I was thinking, like, damn, like I would rather be at work right now. Do you know how fucking bad your beta has to be for me to be like, I
Wow.
wish I was at work instead? Like I went like total goy slot mode for this fucking beta. I was just like, okay, like I'm gonna try to be so positive. Like maybe we're fucking back. Like I went and I got like Doritos and Hot Pockets and like Mountain Dew Code Red. I'm sitting here like channeling the late 2000s vibe here, and I tried so hard. I said I think in the last maybe I said it just to you, but I think I said it in the last like video we did. Like I almost got into like car accidents like coming home. I was just like I'm hyped as fuck. Like let's fucking do it. We're back. Like let's get it. Like I was trying my best, and it just every match that I played whittled away at my fucking soul little by little until I wondered what the fuck am I doing with my life to where I'm playing this total dog shit, horrible bullshit fucking game. It is. I can't recommend this to anybody. Will things change for next weekend and will it be better? Maybe, but they have a lot of work to do. And like I can't give a final assessment until then because I try my best to be fair, but holy shit, what a bad first impression this is. Really. If this is what
I
they're
am
doing, COD is
interested.
cooked. Modern Warfare is cooked, Infinity Ward's cooked, COD is cooked. It's over. But the thing is like there's no one to replace it. No one is stepping up to be a legitimate competitor. There are no other good shooters on consoles. So what am I going to do? Like either suck a dick and play PC and like be gay for squad, or like am I just going to like whimsy max myself to death and go play Pokemon on Switch 2, which is probably what I'm going to do, or should I just fucking kill myself right here and now on stream? Like who knows? Who knows? But all three of these options are better than this. All of them. It's right here. This shit's right here. This shit's in reach. I'll fucking no, I won't do it. I won't actually do it. Never kill yourself.
I
But
am interested to see how much of a change, or if there is any change in the matchmaking, because this weekend is the closed beta. These are all of the fatties that pre-ordered the game and all that. I'm curious to see how much of a difference there is, if there is one, with the open beta next weekend.
there probably will be a difference, but like at the same time, it's like the player base for this game is so huge, and there's so many like retards who pre-order it like every single year, like without fail, that there are no doubt tons of casuals in this closed beta. No doubt. So I think it will make a difference, but it might be minimal.
Yeah, and that's what concerns me with this matchmaking.
Yeah, I mean, I know. Like they're like using this like fake data, and I even like completely question their methodology for this data. But they're using this like fake psyop data to try to convince you, no, fucking, it's fine. Like this is good actually. Fucking live in the pod and eat the bugs. Fucking goy. Like no, like we're not doing this. Like give me open matchmaking. Shut the fuck up. Okay, like has skill always been a consideration in COD matchmaking since the beginning? Yes. Was it ever like number 1, 2, or 3 in consideration? No. Is it now number 1? Yes. Because this, and I'll say it until I'm blue in the fucking face. I've been saying it every time I get the opportunity to talk about this for years. The number one metric that publishers like Activision or even Xbox care about is engagement. So that's why this is beyond skill-based matchmaking. This is something that I learned in school about casino games. This is engagement optimized matchmaking. That is what they're doing. Don't let them lie to you. Don't let them fuck you, because they try to do it every year. This is EOMM. The number one metric that every single publisher cares about is engagement and player retention. And they have so much player data that they're using it to psychologically fuck with you. And we experience it every time we fucking play this game. Me and Sweater here have played a fuck ton of COD in our day. And as far as, modern era COD, we played a lot of 2019, a lot of MW3, and they both have this. There are definitely times, it's measurable. It's like every single time you'll play the fucking game, the first, it may not even be the first, but it's usually the first. The first 5 games will be great and they'll be fun. And then the next 5 games are fucking terrible and they make you want to die. And then they know that it's so fatiguing and it sucks so hard that they'll flip that shit right at the end of the 5th game. They have perfect data to know exactly when you'll have had too much butt fucking. I wanted to use a different word that I can't use on YouTube. they'll know exactly when you've had enough. And then they'll flip that shit. And they're fucking with your dopamine on purpose. And we just can't keep letting them get away with that. We just can't. At some point, we just have to say no. They can only fuck you if you consent to it. You have to just say no. Take it before I fucking seed. Or, sorry, continue to seed. It's not like I'm not already seeding. I'm definitely seeding.
No, the matchmaking is such a problem. It pisses me off. I'm over it at this point. I'm sick of it. The last topic I have here is something that I'm curious on how much you're going to write about. It is the campaign mission we get to experience. Well, you got to experience. I have not done it yet.
Fuck Dilly, I just want to say, first of all, because he was like, the shit's good, like, the ending's amazing. Dilly, I love you. You're my nigga. Fuck you, though. Like, you made me think this shit was good. It's horrible. It's actually ass. So you didn't get to play it, but I did. And I'll show some campaign, like, generally, like, I'm not gonna really edit much of the footage here, like, for the background, but I'll put it in the background for this, and I'm not even gonna edit out my deaths so you can see, like, how poor the conveyance is. I want to, like, also for reference for anyone watching, I played this campaign on regular difficulty. This is clearly a series I've been playing for a very long time. Veteran is not really a problem for me, but I died so many times on regular because it was just a clusterfuck and a mess, and the conveyance was terrible. So even on regular, you're going to see a ton of deaths. It's very, very frustrating. At least at the beginning, you're going to see. There's maybe like two of the three main sections that I died at. But so you start off, you're with, Dunn and the other like South Korean guys. You play as a South Korean guy. Like you start off and it's like this like trench warfare, and it's literally two trenches. Like it's not crazy. It's very small scale. There are two trenches. It's not particularly clear where to go. Like it gates you off like into like very, very like direct paths. And I even experienced like I went like 3 feet to the left of like Corporal Dunn, and I was getting like an out of bounds warning for like failing the mission, which is really, really annoying.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very, very on rails feeling. And it's just like kind of a visual mess as well. Like there's just like too much going on. At times it was hard to identify like who was friendly and who wasn't. Um I will say two things. One of them is I think gonna piss you off because it pissed me off. The movement speed is so unbelievably slow. I'm not even exaggerating. Like tack sprinting was about the same speed as just normal walking in multiplayer. I wish I was kidding.
Why?
I wish I was kidding. It felt like I was fucking trudging through like lard. Like I don't know. It was horrible. I have no idea. And I thought like, okay, maybe that's just for this like trench section. No, the whole thing was like that. The whole mission was like that. And here's another thing that nobody fucking asked for, but they keep including it in modes that it doesn't fucking belong in. And you know what that is, Sweater? I dare you to guess. I dare you to guess.
What is it?
It has fucking armor plating, like fucking Warzone.
In the campaign?
Yes.
Black Ops 7 did that. Fuck that.
Black Ops 7 did that because Black Ops 7 basically had like that weird, stupid, like open MWZ like campaign, which is stupid and lazy, but you can almost forgive it, um, like its existence because it was so stupid and lazy. But this is like a very, very, very intentional choice. And it's like, who asked for this? Like even in zombies, maybe in MWZ, like you can say maybe it's okay, but like I remember even playing like the BO7 beta and plating, and I'm like, why is this here? Like, did anybody actually ask for this? Does plating make zombies better? Does plating make campaign better? And I'll give you a definitive answer for the campaign part. The answer is no, because plates aren't incredibly easy to come by, and you die really, really fast without them, even on regular difficulty. Like I was getting consistently one-shotted by enemies without plates in regular. I wish I was kidding.
It
There's a
sounds like it's they're like putting in like mechanics you would see in like the realism difficulty in like the standard difficulties.
I fucking guess, man. I fucking guess. Like your guess is as good as mine, literally. Like I guess. They even have like so you drive like an LAV, like some sort of IFV Bradley tank or something. And I don't know if you're supposed to like run over the car, but when you get in it, I think before you can even go forward, you have to like back up and like avoid stuff. And I was just like, I guess that's like such a minor nitpick, but like from a design perspective, I find that so strange. It's like, why do I have to back up first instead of like, if you were to just go forward, you just like run into an obstacle and like get yourself stuck. Like, why would you ever position it that way? The conveyance all around in like, where am I going and what am I doing were like the worst I've ever seen in a COD campaign ever. Really, really poor. Conveyance, even if it's something that should be as straightforward as a COD mission, conveyance in any form of game design is so fucking vitally important. And to not be able to get that, like to get that right in something as like linear as that is really embarrassing. Really fucking embarrassing. There was also like a section where you're like rolling up on this spot, like your IFV gets busted, and like there's like an enemy tank or whatever, and there's some cover, but it just keeps like rolling like forwards and backwards and like one shotting you, and it's like really fucking annoying. And you just have to like get all the way up to the front, and then finally like you'll figure out how to take it out. You just have to like pick up some like C4 and like an RPG and like take it out. By the way, the RPG in this game is stupid. It's called the RPG 8, and it just
I
like
did see that.
yeah, it just looks ugly as fuck. And just like so many other things, it's just like so overly designed, and like the art direction is like terrible. I also got to fire some other guns, like some sort of 74U setup for the AK, some sort of like RPK setup for the AK. By the way, the RPK somehow had way more recoil than the 74U did. Uh, oh, you know what else is in this game that is extremely weird? It's like a random weapon from Black Ops 1. It's a like a Polish Cold War submachine gun, or I guess it's kind of a machine pistol, technically. It's the fucking PM63. I found it on the fucking
Why?
ground. I don't fucking know, but that's what it was. I saw it and I was like, there's no way this is a PM63, right? And then I fired it, and like you can see like that whole slide reciprocating. I'm like, holy shit, that's exactly what it is. It's a fucking PM63 in 2026 Korea. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna shut the fuck up, I guess. So then, like towards the end of the mission, uh, it's just like some lame like quick time events, and then you're doing this section that's like you're diving underwater to like find this pipe and like turn this valve, and then like on your way back, it like artificially just destroys your movement speed because like you're supposed to drown. It's like a very lazily made like scripted drowning section. Like they could have done something to where it's like, oh, like this because the facility is like under attack and falling apart. It's like they could have done something where like, oh, like this fucking debris fell, like your air pocket's fucked. So like you have to like race to like make your way back, and then like there's no actual way to make it, so that you die, and like that's when the scripted sequence occurs. But it doesn't do anything interesting or creative like that. It just purposely cucks your movement speed so that you drown and die, and then it like brings you back. Very lazy, very uninspired. And then you go through like a platforming section to get to the rooftop, and you're just like shimmying on walls and pipes and shit, and it's very boring, and it lasts way too long, and there's no enemies at all. And then you get to the rooftop and you jump on the helicopter, and then like gun falls in like a very like melodramatic way, and the mission ends. It was probably one of the worst COD campaign missions I have ever played.
That sounds awful.
I would really like it after this if you would I'd really like it if you would watch the campaign mission. It can even be my footage, it can be someone else's, it doesn't matter. Or if you want, I guess you can wait until like next weekend. I'm sure it'll still be available, but I have to know if I'm crazy because I saw some people glazing it, including Dilly, and I think it's actually fucking terrible, which is really crazy too. Because I was like, oh, like even if like MW2's multiplayer sucked, I kind of did warm up to its campaign a bit. I'm like usually pretty confident that they'll come up with a good campaign, like it won't be a problem. Well, now I'm very worried about the campaign. Now I think the campaign is going to be fucking terrible. So now I'm sitting here in the mindset like fuck, like the only thing we don't get to try is DMZ, and that was the one thing that I was like super 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 interested in. But now like the multiplayer is terrible, and maybe the campaign is fucking terrible, and so now why would I ever risk like my $80 or whatever the fuck it is for DMZ? I have no faith. It's completely destroyed.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try the campaign mission out. I need to know for myself. I need to play through it on my own because that it just sounds like suck. Just sounds like suck.
And it's also kind of short. I wonder I don't know what the runtime is without like looking at it until like I'm editing this, but I wonder if I can even like show the entire thing. And again, I'm not going to edit my deaths out. Like you have to like it it's gonna look like to anyone watching it, it's gonna look like I'm just entirely inept, like I'm, like, retarded and I've, like, never played a COD game before, but I promise you, it is just you can't see shit, it's so visually messy, it doesn't, like, really convey, like, where you're supposed to go at all, and it's the most sluggish game like, COD gameplay I have ever played in any setting ever. I don't I don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, I couldn't even get, like, a rhythm going in, like, shooting anybody, because it was just like, I'm moving at turtle speed, and they're just wrecking me because the plating thing is such a fucking issue. And, if you're in the trenches, there's a bunch of them, there's also, like, no cover. It's it's really bad. And I am gonna say something right now, but it's the God's honest truth. You can shit on me if you want to, but I hope you know how dead serious I am. The missions in Black Ops 3's campaign were way better than this. Way better.
Shut the
I'm
fuck
not
up.
kidding. I'm dead ass. I would way rather play
Oh,
Train Go Boom. I'm so serious. It was horrible. I know you wanna play it for yourself, but I think you should do both. I think you should play it for yourself, but I think you should watch it. I really want you to watch it. I want you to watch you know what? Yeah, I need you to promise me. I want you to watch mine in particular because you know that I'm good at COD and you know like my play style and whatever, like more than anyone that I know. So you'll see like how hard like my struggle is. And like it'll give you like a really good idea of what you're in for. You have to see it.
yeah. Yeah, now I need to know. I need to know. If you're saying fucking Tringo Voom is better, you'd prefer to play through that again?
I'm like
Ooh.
I'm actually what's even worse than that is I'm not even kidding. Like this experience, this whole game, this whole beta's experience was so bad. I started for just a second, a fleeting second. I thought fondly of Black Ops 3 just for a second. That's where we're at. I hate Black Ops 3, as you know. Hate Black Ops 3. It is one of the worst CODs of all time to me. Black Ops 4 still is like the crown of the shit for me, but this made me think fondly of that game.
That's fucking
The time that I
ooh,
did spend in Black
wow.
Ops 3's multiplayer, I had way more fun with that than I had with this game's beta. 100,000%, including the campaign. 100,000%. I would stake my life on that opinion.
Yeah. This beta was the weekend one was extremely fatiguing to play through.
And Sweater knows how much I hate Black Ops 3. He knows the weight of what I'm saying right now. He understands it fully. I've been
It's
that game came out in what, 2015? I've been shitting on that game for 11 years, like brutally shitting on it. It is way better than this. Way better. Like that is
uh,
almost like oh man, I can't. I just can't. The changes that have to occur between now and next weekend have to be so fucking drastic for me to not like want to blow my fucking brains out that I don't think it's feasible. And then even beyond that, like the changes that have to be made from that to release are so major that it's just not going to happen. And I'm predicting now that there's literally no way I can recommend this game. If not for my if not for my intuition being correct on BO7's rug pull, I might have actually been able to recommend BO7 because there are good things about BO7. Like the matchmaking was overall pretty good until they changed it with this experimental shit they started in season 5. The crossovers and skins and stuff are really fucking stupid, and I wish they would stop doing that desperately. The campaign was like the worst shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. Um, but the beta was fun, and on that I could have recommended it. But there's nothing to recommend here. The only thing I could recommend to you so far is to stay very far away from this. And that's really sad. I remember right before we started, you were saying like even you said like, "Oh, like even if I think it's good, like, I need you to bring me down like from my cope so like I don't waste my money like I did with MW2." And well, sweater, here it is. So far, and again, we'll be able to judge more fully and more accurately next weekend. So far, I'm gonna roast you incessantly if you even consider buying this game. This game is so horrible that it just cannot be justified. You could justify buying MW2 just if you wanted to play the campaign, um, if you wanted like some extra DMZ stuff. I don't think it's a good justification, but you can make that case. There's no case that I can currently make positively for buying this game, like not one. And DMZ is a gigantic question mark as well. So like I don't know. I just if the rest of the game was like this, even the campaign, like I have no faith. No way I can recommend this to anybody. And that's also like, by the way, if you're watching like bigger COD YouTubers, that's how you know who's like lying to you or not. You have to make sure that like even if it's like unpopular or even whatever, like they have to be honest with you, and a lot of them are just straight up not. If anyone is telling you like that this game's amazing, if they're glazing it, if they're like, oh man, like oh they're gonna fix everything, be real, be real. I just I just don't see it, and I couldn't make anyone, or I couldn't urge anyone to waste their hard earned cash on this. It's just crazy. Even if you're sitting there and you're a millionaire, well, you know, people don't stay rich by spending their money stupidly. This would be a very stupid way to spend your money and time. That's in closing. That's basically all I got. So, you got anything else on this?
I'm in a really similar boat. The beta was super fatiguing, and there's a lot of cool shit, but the cool shit doesn't outweigh the problems the game has.
If you
I'm glad
wanted
I
to,
wasn't hyped for it.
if you wanted to try to give it like a positive note, like what is one thing that you about the beta so far that you think is actually good?
Positive thing for the beta. Uh, fuck.
See, right there, right there. You see how nothing
Yeah.
came to mind immediately?
Oh
Do you
man.
see that? I want anyone who got this
Oh,
far in the video to know right now that we are not lying to you. He literally thought about it and could not, off the top of his head, come up with anything positive to say about it. That's where we're at. I'm telling you right now, that's where we're at. And I'll give you mine. I think kill block is a cool idea. How they implement it in the future, I don't know. That kind of remains to be seen. Whether they'll give it, room for its full potential, who knows? That's it. That's all I got. Even we didn't talk about this, but even visually, this game is pretty much on par with MW2 and MW3. I really don't think it looks any better than those. It doesn't look better than 2019. And why? Why does it not look better than 2019? I mean, there's a couple of things that I can get into that are a little more technical, but you would expect it to at least look as good as that. I mean, they literally dropped last gen. This is the first COD
yeah.
that doesn't have last gen. And by the way, it's on the Switch 2, but the Switch 2 is no slouch. The Switch 2 is a lot more powerful than people give it credit for. I don't know if you've seen it, but it looks really good on that. Really good. And it runs well too.
Said it was what, Lock 60?
Yeah, I think it's 1080 60 handheld, I believe, and 4K 60 docked. Don't 100% quote me on that. I think that's what it is. You might have to look into it later to make sure that that's accurate, but I'm like 90% certain that that's what I saw. 4K 60 for a game like this on the Switch 2 docked is insane. That's really good. So the Switch 2 is not holding this game back. They have no excuse. The lack of visual clarity, like the shitty artifacting from MW2, all that shit is still here. When they said like a year ago, oh yeah, like yeah, we fixed all that stuff, like it's gonna be good. No, they fucking didn't. No, the fuck they didn't. It looks terrible. Okay, maybe that's not true. Maybe the game does look terrible, but compared to like what it should be from a game that dropped last gen, that's on current gen, that doesn't look better than a 7-year-old game on last gen, is absolutely unacceptable. It's absolutely unacceptable. There's no reason that A game from 7 years ago running on last gen hardware looks better than this game that dropped last gen and came out in 2026. There's no reason for it. What are we even doing anymore? If you're not even if you're not even hitting these like fidelity peaks that you hit in the past, why even drop last gen? What's even the point? You should have just given it to the brokies on PS4 and Xbox One. This game doesn't look any better than MW2. So what's the point of dropping it? I was willing to accept them dropping it, I mean, because I want games to be, accessible. I want people who are maybe less fortunate to be able to still like play the games that they like. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I thought that the trade off was going to be that this game was going to be immaculate visually, because we know that clearly they're capable of it to some extent, and we're just not there. We're just, and there's no, I can't come up with a good cope. I really can't. That, see, right there, that fucking dead air, that says it all. Sweater here couldn't come up with a thing to like about it, and then couldn't come up with an excuse to why it doesn't look as good. That's where we're at. And
No, I don't have anything for it.
it would be
Nothing.
okay for COD to be over and for COD to die if there was something here to replace it. But currently, there is not. There's nowhere, nothing even close. By the way, if you were to make a game that was like basically replicating golden era COD gameplay, you would probably fucking kill it. You really would. But no one's doing it. So COD, despite being horrible, has no competition. People who like that kind of gameplay have nowhere else to go. So it's going to continue to sell well. And as a result, it's going to continue to be terrible. So it's just, is this just our lives now? Is it over? Am I just going to like get mega hyped for Pokemon wins and waves and just sweat my nuts off for that? I guess. I guess that's where I'm going to have to go. I can't do this shit anymore. This shit's embarrassing. COD, even then, like in the culture, like COD used to be fucking cool. And now it's like, oh, you play COD, like you're fucking gay. Like COD's gay. Like they've made it gay. Game franchises that used to be cool, like COD and Halo, are gay now. Where do we even go from here? Do you have anything else to say before I fucking
It's
punch
all
a
just
hole through
slop.
my monitor?
It's all just slop.
Well, Modern Slop Fair 4. You heard it here. So far, the consensus is do not buy. Do not buy. Do not pre order. And stay tuned for the full beta review. I'm going to torture myself next weekend too and make a probably. Oh man, I'm dreading this. Make a very detailed review of this. That's going to be fun. That's not going to be soul sucking at all. All right. Well, that's it. Again, thanks, Sweater. We'll pray the next one's better. All right. Thank you,
I'm
everybody.
excited.
I'm not, but you know.